So this is interesting that you put down these recent events. The $40 billion stock buyback is current going forward, right?
It would happen recently.
It was announced in September of
Okay.
this year, yeah.
I thought that's what you said, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And then you have the huge investment in artificial intelligence, $1 billion, was it billion in cash or cash in stock?
It was in cash. It was with OpenAI, their Silicon Valley AI firm.
All right, so this is all interesting, first thing. Second thing is, kind of along this lines, what's gonna drive revenue going forward? If you put this, see, when you put this in here, it makes me think that you think this is a revenue driver.
Well,
Azure is gonna be their primarily source. Azure, their cloud solution is their primary source of income, right? Revenue.
How much revenue is coming from Azure right now?
It's about 25% of your revenue.
And it also has, what, 60% growth rate in it? Is that what you had? I can't remember your numbers, but you had a growth rate for it too.
Well, that was 14%, I believe.
That was cited,
Yeah.
cited from Bloomberg Intelligence.
63% growth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I believe that sector probably is showing 60%.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, in that sector, not
For
talking
Azure.
about revenue, I'm talking about
Yeah,
Azure.
For Azure, yes.
All right, go back to the previous slide. All right, so this is more of a FYI. Although Azure right now is driving it, the $10 billion contract over 10 years from the government only works out to be $1 billion, which is not gonna put a dent in their balance sheet. So that's the reason why I asked the question. All right, cool. Next slide. You know what I'm gonna say, right? Yeah, you already know I can't see it. But you know what I'm gonna say? This is historical data. Don't care. All right, it's interesting. Maybe put it in your appendix, but this brings nothing to the table in terms of valuation, which is all historical. So it's nice to tell me I should have stock for the last 20 years and how much money I missed out on. Make me feel bad. You did a good job of that, but other than that, thank you. Make me feel better.
That's Microsoft at the top, by the way.
What was that?
That's Microsoft at the top, by the way.
The red one?
145%.
The white
one.
Oh, the white, the white.
That was red.
Oh, the red drops on.
No,
Oh,
it
it's
just
past,
past,
past.
yeah, like up here.
It's so
Past
hard.
stuff, barely.
Hey, stay with me. Slide 9. The only thing I would do here is, because the whole time I was looking at this, I actually flipped through the paper trying to find out again what the current stock price was. So the fact that it's overvalued, undervalued, that's all cool. But I mean, I was flipping through and I was like, what's the stock price again? So that's the only thing I'd add. Next slide. I'd actually would add the date, the actual physical date. What you said was November 21st.
Yeah, I noted it on the Excel sheet, but I didn't note it on here. It's like the red note.
What
That's
for,
it.
Like the red mark.
You can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just like
Dates back
noted in
to-
there. Sorry,
Okay,
that's.
so, but, so, again, not trying to be funny, you might pull this report out a year from now and show it to somebody. Show them the job interview, so I would just do that. Next slide. The only thing I did here for this slide and next slide, don't go to the next slide, is I narrowed your WAC. If the WAC is, you have 9.8 and you're off by 200 basis points in either direction, then you had a major problem calculating your WAC. So I narrowed it down. I went like 9.8 to 10 to 10.5, 9.8 to 9.5, maybe to 9. I just narrowed your WAC. All right, that's the only thing I have on that. Slide 14. Comparables does not give you an intrinsic value. Comparables give you a stock price. So you calculated not an intrinsic value, but a stock price for 2020, right?
Yeah.
Right. Just so you know, so don't cross out intrinsic value, because you actually did, everything else was good, you just used the wrong name there. Slide 15. I would add here your cost of equity, your other assumption, and I actually might put a table here to show how you scale the growth rates.
We have it in our sheets, yeah.
Yeah, so I would put it here, because it's one of your assumptions.
100%.
I thought you guys did a good job. Hear me, both teams. Both teams, you wrote a nice paper, and you had a nice presentation. It's funny, my daughter said the same thing. You've got some really good visuals in terms of what you were doing. Put your visuals in your paper. You follow me?
Oh, okay.
So like you have some of these, go to slide 8, pardon me a second. These are actually great visuals. So these can go a long way in your paper to explain what you were doing in your discounted cash flow model. Follow me? This goes for both teams. Visuals go a long way for spelling things out. And with a paper, unlike a presentation, I can literally stare at that visual in your paper for as long as I want to figure out what's going on. There's no rush for me to read through it. Up here, you got only so many minutes before you lose my attention, but in the paper, I can sit there and stare at this and go, wow, and actually analyze and think about it. So for both teams, I would put more visuals, which you have. Both teams did a good job with your visuals in your PowerPoint. I'd also include in your paper.
So just copy and paste them into actual paper itself?
Yeah. But it should be in the right place, and it should also go with the text that you have explaining what you did. It should
Yeah,
go with
these
it.
analysis or model.
Right. So in your discussion on discounted cash flow model, how you determine, enterprise value, this is where this would go perfect. Because you have both in there. And somebody reading it without the visual might not realize that you actually did two different enterprise value calculations, or terminal value calculations. Is that making sense? But other than that, both teams, you took lessons from the previous teams, you learned and got better. Good job.